Today we're going to talk about acids, bases, and pH. The goal of this video is to explain how solutions become acidic or basic and how to measure acidity using the pH scale. Let's begin by talking about the dissociation of water. In pure water, a tiny fraction of the water molecules naturally dissociate. That word just means to break down. And when these water molecules break down, they form ions. So look at the picture at the bottom. One of the water molecules on the left has dissociated or broken down, and one of the hydrogens, those are the small white balls, has moved places. The movement of that positively charged hydrogen results in the formation of these two ions that you see on the right. One of them is a hydronium ion. It has 3 hydrogens and 1 oxygen now. And the hydrogen that it gained is positively charged, so its chemical formula has a positive charge on it. It's H3O+. The other ion is a hydroxide ion, and it has 1 oxygen and 1 hydrogen, and since it lost a positively charged H, it has an overall negative charge. That's why its chemical formula is OH with a minus sign next to it, OH minus. So here's what that process actually looks like. You can see the covalent bond being broken between one of the hydrogens and one of the water molecules, and that same hydrogen covalently bonding to a different water molecule. The hydroxide ion is formed when a water molecule gives up a positively charged hydrogen ion. Giving away something positive makes it have an overall negative charge. The hydronium ion is formed when a water molecule accepts the positively charged hydrogen ion. Receiving something negative makes it have an overall positive charge. Now, sometimes you see the symbol H+, and this refers to the hydrogen ion that moved from one water molecule to the other. Now let's talk about acidity. The concentration of hydronium ions, those are the H3O+ molecules, the concentration of hydronium ions in a solution is known as acidity. Acids will have a greater concentration of hydrogen ions than hydroxide ions. In the image here, this solution has 7 times as many hydrogen ions as it does hydroxide ions. Bases have a greater concentration of hydroxide ions than hydrogen ions. This solution has 7 times as many hydroxide ions as it does hydrogen ions. Now, acidity can be measured using a pH scale, and the scale runs from 0 to 14. Anything less than 7 is an acid. Anything more than 7 is a base. Anything equal to 7 is neutral. So let's finish up by talking about some characteristics. First of all, pure water is always neutral. Acids tend to taste sour, and a good example of that would be vinegar. Acids also eat through and damage materials. An example would be stomach acid. Your stomach acid breaks down the food that enters your stomach. Bases tend to taste bitter, and an example would be baking soda. Bases can also harm or damage materials, and an example would be bleach. So to sum up, you've seen how acids and bases are formed and how to measure a solution's acidity using a pH scale.